So the goal is to find someone first to build and manage my web presence. Courses help me create all of that. The website, they oversee it. Second is, so that's coming in the future. But really, good evening. Ooh, let me just go get my water. I'll be right back. I love it. My dogs just left here and left a fart. Isn't that so sweet? Look at that. Corneliuson. Like the live. We've just begun. That's so sweet of you to like something that is just begun. You already feel the joy that you're about to experience from hanging out with me for the next, 15 minutes or so. But you hang out here as long as you like. Like it again. Let's do it again. Let's like it again. Haneen, Spartacus, Haneen, Burdens. I love all your names. It reminds me of when I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, no, I figured you've been here before, or you just were really bored and was like, I'm gonna keep on pressing this button until this person thinks that I'm But I like a good testing of the patience. I think that's very important in life. I'm challenged a lot. I don't actually like to put that out in the universe. On occasion, I'm challenged with my terriers. One of them's right here. They like to challenge me. But who doesn't like a good challenge? So life's here. That's what we're here for. To be challenged, to grow. You think an acorn isn't challenged from being a little acorn and turning into like a massive, gigantic, strong, like bull oak tree? Since it looks like it's just the two of us for the moment, three of us, Corneliuson, anything you're going through, any questions, any curiosities, anything you would like to reach out? Yes, King. Ethanol, F4nol, not FN-all, but F4nol. What are we going through? I wanted to talk about money tonight. I think that's a great topic that, the majority of people hate. Yes, most of the wealthy people, most of the people that I know that have money, they've learned how to generate more cash flow. They hate money. They're afraid to lose it. I have clients that make lots of money and they're afraid to lose it. So is that a healthy relationship? Or is that more like a toxic relationship? Money should be enjoyed. There's a lot of people in the world that don't have a lot of money. Let's label them as poor, or I hate to use the word poor. I don't even want to use the word unfortunate. I just want to use the word opposite of rich. And they too believe that money is evil. Do you think partners should have separate accounts if one makes significantly more? I guess that's really to each their own. Is a great question, because I know my parents and a lot of people's parents, they have joint bank accounts. I've been with my partner now for almost 15 years, and we have separate accounts. We talk here and there about getting a joint credit card, but I think it's been really important for him to really focus on building his own strengths and me to focus on building my own strengths. Now, we come from two different parents. We've both learned two different ways to appreciate money. I would say that my situation was a little worse off than his. But he's now more afraid to lose it. Not me. I've been focusing more of my attention on building up my own wealth. So personally not focused on money, content with my allotment in life. Oh, content with my allotment in life. Focus on experience. Beautiful. But it is interesting how, and I made a post about this earlier, how like pretty much everyone in the world, the majority of people on this planet don't have a healthy relationship with money. You can be someone that has a lot of physical or not physical, because actually money these days is not physical. It's just a number in a computer. That's the whole bank crisis right now. It's like all this bank started failing in California and all of these people wanted their money and they didn't have it because they don't actually hold on to the money. It gets reinvested in other places. They know where the money went. I'm not exactly sure where this $2 trillion, where it could be. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional in that space, but they know where it went. Money is dirty for the majority of people because they simply have an unhealthy relationship. But I want to get back to what Corneliuson says. Beautiful. You're not focused on money. You're focused on experience. That's how I am too. But you can be someone that has a lot of money, say, and you go on a lavish trip. You fly first class. You go somewhere. You have a destination that is beautiful. And the whole entire time you're stressed. Sure, that is in itself is an experience to be experienced. But I'm all about enhancing my experiences. What's the point of flying first class and having that comfort and that beauty and that experience if it's not really enjoyable? What's the point of going somewhere in the world thinking that like you're going to find paradise in some remote island when paradise ain't a place? It's a feeling. So I find that the more we focus on the stresses of money, I have found and I've experienced the more we stress about money. But the more we focus on the beautiful experiences, appreciation of ourself, money just comes. But you have to check yourself. It's not going to come if you have an unhealthy relationship. We have to check ourselves. We have to see what is our relationship like with money. And then we got to work through it. I've literally spent a lot of my time lately, I wouldn't say a lot, but some of it, noticing where I feel scarce around money. Because I wish to experience brighter, broader, fuller. I mean, I can go to the park right now. Well, not now because it's dark out, but I can go to the park and feel full on the inside. I don't need the money to enhance that experience. But I had to get there somehow. I had to put gas on. I had to have, gas to put in my car to go there. And if I didn't have a car, I would at least have to walk, which would take me a lot of time. And I'm all about having time be on my side. So I'm not just going to spend an hour to walk to the park. I could drive to in 10 minutes. So like money can give us a bigger, brighter, more fuller experience. We don't need it though. But to take a step even beyond that, we don't need it, but if you generate a lot of cash flow and you want to help a lot of the world, you can help the world in a lot of ways by generating more cash flow and giving it away. Is it normal to feel anxious about spending money? Absolutely. Most people feel anxious about spending money. And you know of where that stems from. Most likely society or whoever raised you, whatever family you're in. I have a client right now that was raised in a very wealthy family, but his father did not teach him. He was well off his entire life. His father did not teach him how to have a beautiful, healthy relationship, balanced, harmonious relationship with money. So he feels like he's always been well off and it's been great, but now he's not borrowing or taking or, accepting money from his father. So he has a challenge with money. So unless if your parent was wealthy and they taught you how to have a healthy relationship with money, that's different. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a prime example. But most parents don't teach their children. And furthermore, people have to go through their own experience to learn. Someone can tell you that drugs is bad, but you might have to learn on your own. Was homeless, worked myself to a point I'm comfortable, now focused on seeing the world. Beautiful. So beautiful. Congratulations. Love and support. We can be defined by our past or we can grow from it. We can learn and grow from it. That's what we're here on this planet for. If you're part of my newsletter, I just created a newsletter today that gets delivered in about 40 minutes. So I don't really want to give it away, but it talks about time. And if you think about it, like, we need to have time on our side. Because if we think that, time doesn't really exist, but if we think that, like, oh, we don't have enough time, like the way time is designed is very important, because you need time to grow. It takes time to learn to walk. You might not remember it, but it took time. It took effort. It took consistency. It took patience. It took giving a shit. I need to try this thing. It sounds awesome. It took time to learn how to brush your teeth and do it consistently so your teeth don't fall out. It took time to learn how to dress yourself. Speak your language. If we didn't have time, like, literally, we're on this planet to grow. So if you feel like you don't have a healthy relationship with money, if you're just joining us, we're here talking about money. It seems that through all my research, the majority of humans, whether you have a little bit of money or you have a mediocre amount or you have a lot, most humans don't have a very healthy relationship with money. Most people hate money. Yet it should be wonderful to spend it, save it, give it, share it. Think wonderful thoughts about it. But yes, if you feel anxious about money, it stemmed from somewhere in the past. You don't necessarily need to know where it stems from. It most likely was your parents. I know for me, it was my parents. But I grew from that. I chose to pay attention to when I felt scarce. I remember my mother as a child, like being nervous to have to buy soap, dish soap to wash dishes. And there was a phase in my life when I was younger, as an adult, where I would feel it in my body. If the soap was getting lower, I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta purchase another $3 bar of soap. It's like 4 and change now. I'm getting yelled at and being treated badly by customers at my job. Fresh Tacos, my heart goes out to you. I spent most of my life in hospitality. You got to learn to appreciate yourself more. The more you appreciate yourself, the less other people will disrespect you. It's an art. It's a practice. Stand strong. Stand tall. Don't listen to their nonsense. You don't deserve to be spoken to like that. And I want to quit for my mental health when my parents are pressuring me not to. Fresh Tacos. Do yourself a favor and start looking up other opportunities. Start thinking of what you would love to do. Start thinking of where you would love to learn. Start curating the job that you seek. And make sure you include fun people, where you're treated with respect, where you're encouraged to learn. We have a lot more power over to what we would love to create. We just don't do it. I do it now, but I didn't know enough to do it when I was younger. I was taught to budget as a kid, but it wasn't until I faced real world problems that I realized, I need to change my money habits. Absolutely. I know all my friends that live in Europe that get paid once a month. They're great at budgeting. They know how much money they bring in every single month. And then they know how much they can spend, where it can go. But keep in mind, if we think we have to budget because this is how much money we make each month or each week, then we're literally saying to the universe, the energies of the world, that's the amount of money that you're going to make. So if you desire for more money, we need to remove that belief that like that's all that you have. We're here diving into money. If you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Anthony Catalino. I'm a life coach. I help increase the quality of people's lives that are serious about changing their life. We're talking about money because it seems to me, I don't know about you, but that the majority of people that I know, whether you have a little money, a moderate amount, or a lot, everyone hates it. You all hate it. And if you only understood what money actually is, and that if you treat it kinder, with less scarcity, you'll have more. And again, it's not about having more. It's about experiencing cooler experiences, giving to charities that could use the assistance, handing it around. Just like, could you imagine going to the coffee shop and just throwing $100 bill in there and then watch the expression on the barista's face like, oh. Any of you that have ever been in hospitality, you get a random $100, $200, $500 tip. I've received that before because I worked for a long time in hospitality. And that's incredible. Experience changes everything for me. Absolutely. It's all about experience. How long should I wait to use my ex's credit card? I won't use it at all. It's called respect. Latin for you. Thanks for the love. So nice. Thanks for the kind words. Thanks for the gifts. Really appreciate you all being here. I never thought of it that way. Thanks for opening up that thought pathway. Absolutely. We limit ourselves. Human beings have become masterful at limiting their experience because of what they've been taught, what society has taught them in the past. You have the ability to create a big, broad, beautiful financial future. And again, it's not about hoarding it. So many wealthy people, they're not really wealthy. They're rich people. They have this idea that like they want to hoard their money. There's nothing wrong with being a billionaire. Give it away. Understand that like money is there to work for you. So if you allow money to come in, understand just like a crest of a wave, it's got to go back out. And the more you understand this concept of like, you know, if you have this beautiful, healthy relationship with money, money's going to come in and it's going to go right back out. That's why it's important that we should not be afraid to spend it. Money's going to come in, believe that it's going to, like, money's going to come in, give it away, believe that it's going to come back tenfold when you give it away. When you give it away cheerfully. When you give it away graciously. Not thinking like, oh, I just gave that waiter $100. What is he going to do with it? Hope he doesn't buy drugs. That's not gracious. That's not generous. Generosity is when you like the feeling of generosity matches what you're giving. So it has to be gracious. Being financially successful feels like a responsibility given the way things are going. People suffer and die from impoverishment every day, even in America. One more beautiful reason, Embrace, nice to see you by the way. Remember, with more power comes more responsibility. RuPaul talks about it. But if you have a beautiful relationship with money and you understand this ebb and this flow, this come and this go, and you realize there's an impoverishment every day in America, one more reason to work towards bettering your relationship with money. Base lots Abe Sib. Trying to read someone's name here. I like money because it's important. Why is it important? Why is money important to you? What do I look for in a man? Confidence, belief in oneself. But if you're seeking someone to be in a relationship with, I already have a partner, but I'll take that as a kind thought. Topher, you better find some time for yourself and get your booty, get your attention, and yes, King. That was so courageous and brave of you to join, and you aren't showing up. Don't make me come over there and love you more than you can handle, my friend. You invested in yourself, at least for the month. So you might as well show up and do your best. Get in the rhythm, get in the routine, show up. Been in London, solo traveling journey, best thing I've done for myself. Beautiful. Well, at least you're showing up for yourself. At least you're doing something for yourself. Although the Yes King's presence would love you there. Who's that in the back? You talking about who's where? Who do you see? I don't see anyone. We got Victor. Victor from Hungary. Did I lose some weight? I did lose a little bit of weight, but I feel fantastic. And I did it just from living a nice, harmonious, balanced life. Many of us have a vibration of lack, and it's built into our culture. I have to constantly remind. Christian, absolutely. Just because it's built into our culture doesn't mean we can't unbelieve it and disbelieve it and build it out. Just because a structure was, think about it. How many people's literally this home that I live in was from the 1800s, and before it got refurbished and rebuilt, it was just pretty much collapsing. And my landlord decided to buy it, fix it up. There's some of the natural floors in here, but most of it's brand new except for the structure, the frame. Rebuilt it. And now it's a beautiful house on the block. And I love living in its walls. Money is a spirit and only goes to some. I would like to encourage you to think about where you were led to believe that, because I don't believe that to be true. That's a false, limited belief that money is a spirit and only goes to some. So I would love to encourage you to not necessarily remember, but where did you learn that from? Because money is energy, absolutely. And if you're a human being, you're deserving, literally there's trillions and trillions of dollars available to you if that is what you seek, if that is what you believe, if you're open and ready to receive, if you develop a healthier relationship with it. That's truth. It's just energy. Money is just an exchange of value. Before there was actual dollar bills or actual any form of currency, like in dollar form or paper form, I might have given you a goat in a previous life so you could get some food from me. There was an exchange of value, an exchange of energy. That's all. Myself, that abundance is real and can and should be shared. Beautiful, absolutely. And that's where money can be. That's what money can provide to you, your family. Think. If you learn to develop a healthier relationship with money, and then you started generating, I don't know, $10, $20, $50,000 a month. What if you just started to believe that generating $300,000 a month was normal? I know it might sound a little far-fetched, but how many of you are living these normal lives because of what you've been taught by other normal people that never really did anything with their lives? How many people try to encourage you, and this is not to throw shade or judgment towards those people, but how many people are trying to teach you and show you how to live a better life when they're not doing it themselves? And I'll point my mother out. I love my mother dearly, but she likes to tell me how to live when she's not living proof that exists. Todd, I appreciate the kind words, but I have a partner. 15 years, going really well. So nice, thanks for the kind words. Alex in the house, ladies and gentlemen, humans of all kind, nice to see you. Beautiful, get married, have kids. Is it really necessary to have kids? Is it necessary to get married? They're just questions to be, they're good questions to ask ourselves, but we're really talking about money today. The relationship that you can choose, if you seek, to have with money. Because believe it or not, your past is your past. You can't change it. A lot of the choices that you made as a child, you really didn't have any control over that. But you can have more control over the choices that you make moving forward once you realize that you're the creator, the curator of your life. If you desire more financial freedom, which you are deserving of, every single one of you is, every single being on this planet. Doesn't matter where you were raised, who raised you, what part of the world you're from, if you currently live in poverty or you currently live in wealth. I'm talking about wealth tonight because a lot of, it dawned on me more and more that like pretty much everyone I know that has a lot of financial like wealth or doesn't, most of them hate money. They don't have a healthy relationship with money. There's always money somewhere. Do I coach women? I don't want to say no, but I usually just coach men in the queer community. I had this dream of like waking up everybody or like reviving humanity. I have done some coaching with my, I actually have a call with her tomorrow night. I've done some coaching with my yoga instructor, Dina. So not that I can't, it's just I've chosen to build my business from working primarily with gay men. But now I've moved to the queer community. So Cassie, if you're seriously interested, I don't see why not. Go over to my link in my bio, go to my website, see what I have to offer. If any of those price points stand and are speak to you, book a call and we'll see if we're a good match to work together. But I don't just choose to work with anybody. We have to meet and see if the energy's right and if we're the right fit. I'm happy to be single, do whatever and whenever I want, but many times I feel lonely in the night. Victor, I would love to encourage you to reframe that loneliness that you feel. Okay? Because you can either choose to feel lonely or you can choose to begin to appreciate the time that you have with yourself. I love, and it's through loneliness that I discovered the time I have with myself to grow, to appreciate. And now I love the time with myself. But then I also love when my partner comes home, he'll be back tomorrow, and we get to spend a lot of time together. But it's within that quiet time, that darker time, that I really got to know more about myself, really listen to the thoughts that I was entertaining, really pay attention to the parts of my life that I was limited. I used to be very limited in my finances, and now I'm thriving. I have a healthier relationship, better than ever before, with money. And I'm practicing. I'm making it clear that to the universe, to the energies of my life, that $300,000 a month in profit is normal. Because it's possible. I know that sounds really far-fetched for some of you, but last time I checked, the word impossible spelled I'm possible. Kevin, nice to have you here. Kevin, ask away if you haven't asked yet. You said, can you ask one question? Absolutely. Money's everywhere, but as long as you search for it, it's scarce. It's easiest to let it find you. Christian, there's some meaning to that. If you search for it, you have to pay attention to like the relationship that you have with it. There is power in ask and you shall receive. But if you're looking too hard for anything, then that means you're not open to receive. So don't look too hard. And I would love you all to think beyond the confinements of this is your job and this is the only place that your job will give you money. Because how do you know you didn't have a great aunt that passed away and had a fortune and left it to you that you never met? Seriously. I know people that literally, a friend of theirs passed away and within their will, they got left like $250,000 or $1 million. Yeah. So we have to be open to receive. But again, if you think that your job is the only way that you're going to make money, you're not allowing other opportunities to come in. You're not allowing other people to maybe quite graciously give you money. I know over COVID, I was just like, I had spent all my savings. I was really going through the ringer. I was investing a lot of money into my personal development, into my awareness, into like who I was becoming, into my business. And so I had to think beyond where money was coming from, even though my savings were going down. And my parents hired me. I didn't know they had any extra money, but they hired me to paint their house, do some work around the house, things that I don't normally do, but they were my parents and I was happy to help, and they paid me handsomely. But if I wasn't open to other possibility, then that money wouldn't have come my way. Argent Explorer in the house, ladies and gentlemen, humans of all kinds, so good to see you. My husband and I moved from my mom's house into our first place 2 hours away. You can feel sad to leave her, or you can also be grateful to have your own space. It's okay to feel sad. Just remember, no judgment. Don't judge yourself for feeling sad. You're allowed to feel sad. It's like part of the human experience. It's when we judge it and feel bad about it that it begins to hurt. Thank you, Uncle Dan. Everyone does need some time to reflect and take some introspective view. But when you throw this meaning on it, that like, I feel so lonely, like what's wrong with me? Then we start to define what that experience was, and then we label it lonely. So let's not label anything any longer. I know society has labeled you ugly, fat, sad, pretty, unfortunate, gay, straight. Let's just take the labels right out of there. Because you're beautiful in itself. All of you, seriously. Every single one of you. Coming from someone that, since I was 18, has received a lot of attention from a lot of people. I didn't believe that I deserved it. So it made my life living hell. That is the truth. I hid from life. I hid from living. I abused drugs. I abused myself, all because I got a lot of attention from what society believed to be a handsome guy. How does that work? Shouldn't I have been gifted with this look and then got all this praise and felt great about it? That's not what happened. But I don't want to lose sight of money. We're talking about money tonight. I want to keep on the context of what we're speaking on. But yes, everyone does need some time to reflect and take introspective view, so trust the process of your life. Kevin, I really don't get why I'm on the best relationship I've ever been in and feel... I really don't get why I'm on the best relationship I've ever been in and feel... I'm not sure what you finished off saying there. I feel quilt... Rex, you're in the best relationship that you've ever been with, and what? Expand on the $300,000 a month point. The fact of the matter is, human beings have been taught to live a limited life, a small life, an undeserving life. If you learn about the universe and the laws of the universe, and you learn about the fact that you are a limitless vessel of consciousness. I don't want to dive too deep into it because I don't want to lose people here. But you are literally limitless. There ain't nothing you can't do. If you read into quantum physics and what the body, the mind, the heart, you lead with the heart. You rewire the brain. You rewire your subconscious mind. There literally is nothing that you cannot accomplish, experience. So to generate $300,000 a month, that if you start to work on your limited beliefs that you have with money, you start to lead more with the heart, meaning you're genuine, you're thoughtful, you're kind to yourself, you have a healthy relationship with yourself and money, and you love to give. You understand the give and the receive of wealth. You can generate as much cash flow you want. As long as you discover your gift of what you love to give to the world. I love to help people become better leaders with integrity. I love to help people discover that time is on their side if they allow stillness, peace, presence to exist, all while building financial abundance. And I'm really good at it because I've done it myself. I'm living proof it's possible. I'm not saying I generate $300,000 a month just yet. but I'm on my way. Whatever you believe, you become. Now, I'm not saying twinkle your nose and become a spider. Maybe in the next life you'll become a spider. I don't know how that works, but literally the majority of humans on this planet are living a limited life. I'm just saying you can remind yourself daily that you're limitless and anything is possible. People right now, because of social media and because of internet, there are lots of people making $300,000 a month. They've discovered their gift, they give it away, they've built courses, programs to help the majority, the masses, their target market, buy their products. You don't need a massive company to make that amount of money. You would need like a small team because you're one person. You can't generate that all on your own. I can't get past the past. Kevin, what about the past can't you get past? It doesn't exist, even though evidently the past, the present, and the future exist simultaneously. The past is an experience. It was never a life sentence. It was just a lesson, a lot of lessons. The best suggestion I can say to you is practice being present. When we get anxious about the past or like worried about the future, it's because we're not present. And the present moment is your power. Only thing that exists. So it's so good. It's one of the best things I can recommend to you is to learn how to become more present. Through meditation, through breath work, through just spending time in nature. It's the real deal. My ex and the money I spent on him drives me crazy. Learn from it, grow from it. You want to put your money in a good place? Let's work together. I'm not saying we're going to be the match, so I can't even guarantee that I will be the right coach for you, but find someone that can help. It's amazing how we're like taught to invest in the stock market and invest in, like homes, real estate. We need to invest in ourselves. We come first. We're not taught that we come first. I come first. I put myself in debt to focus more on the quality of my life and better my life. And I'm on my way to big stuff. Like not big as in like better than anyone else, just like financial freedom. I'm already living it. But I invested in myself. It wasn't a material item. It wasn't homes and that kind of stuff. I could have put my money there, but I decided to put it here first. And now I have an excellent relationship with myself, an excellent relationship with my partner of 15 years, healthy. I have an excellent relationship with nature. Yes, I moved up to nature after 15 years in and around Manhattan. I wanted to be one with bees because when I want to work on a beautiful day on my patio outside, I don't want to be like, oh, the bees. I spend more of my time during the day for me. I spend about 4 hours each day building my business. It's not even work because I love what I do. I'm about to expand my business by hiring an internal staff so I can grow even further, meaning reach more people. But we got to invest in ourselves. We got to at least start paying attention to the relationship that we have with ourselves. Because if we're not paying attention to the relationship we have with ourselves, we tend to get stuck in the past. Kevin, absolutely. I'm so grateful you gained the courage to speak up. There's power in really focusing on where we continue to direct our attention. Because so many people continue to direct their attention worrying about the future or anxious about the past, or vice versa. And that simply means you're not being loving to yourself in the moment. Now, we're not taught how to love ourselves, so that's a whole other topic for another day, but we are talking about generating money, making money, relationship with money. We've been talking about how I know people that make a lot of money and people that don't make a lot of money and people make an average amount of money. And most of the people that I know don't really have an appreciation for money. Yet if some of you are in finances or you do understand value and appreciation, Why do we invest in real estate, right? We invest in real estate because it goes up in value. It appreciates over time. So if we invest in real estate because over time it increases in value and it appreciates, if we were to invest in ourselves and learn to appreciate ourselves, does that mean over time we might feel better? Now, don't get confused with the fact that, like, if you have a lack in appreciation of yourself, that does not mean that you are devalued or like irregular or, not worthy. But if we don't believe in our worth, just because you've learned how to generate a lot of cash flow, but you don't believe in your worth, there's an imbalance. Life is a balance. Life is like nature, like works in harmony. This ebb and this flow, the crest of a wave. It's just like we need to learn how to do this with money, with a relationship with ourselves. Otherwise, we feel a little off. Jacob Geis, so nice to see you. Do you need a comms person? I'm not sure what that was referring to. See bass canals. We've been talking about money. We've been talking about value. We've been talking about appreciation. It's interesting how, so many people think, oh, the wealth, people that have lots of money. Maybe some people are greedy, but are we going to put those people in a box too? Maybe if they learned that money is this exchange of energy, this exchange of value, then they wouldn't hoard their money. They wouldn't keep it to themselves. Mind you, my mother worked for an attorney for many years, and one of their highest clients was worth $90 million when he died. And he was terrified to lose it. 90 million. Not 9 million, not 900,000, not 90,000. 90 million. And he was terrified to lose it. What kind of life is that? Kevin, I'm so grateful you're here, my friend. What kind of life is that? Talk about imbalanced. So all you have to do is seek more balance in life. How do I live in more harmony? Now, what most people do is they see their problem or their challenge and they get scared. It's like, oh my God, that's too much. I can't do that. I can't overcome that. Yet you survived 100% of your bad days. Isn't that something? Life has thrown twists and turns and punches and speedballs and you name it. And you survived. I don't even know who I'm talking to other than some familiar faces and some people. Some people here could be billionaires, millionaires, living in poverty. It doesn't matter. The message still is the same for every single human being. If your life isn't in harmony, you're going to feel imbalanced and it's going to be out of whack. Wiggity whack. Wiggity whack. It really just begins with a conversation with someone that understands. Too many people are afraid to speak up about what's going on inside, and that's the problem. You're not the problem. The problem is you're too afraid to peek, to open, just like peek a little bit through the curtain about what's going on inside here. But hands down, it's the best motherfucking thing you can do in your life. We're all taught how to create a better outside world for ourselves. Well, the outside world gets much better when you upgrade your inner world. It's not as scary as you think it is. It's not as hard as you think it is, particularly when you do it with someone like myself, where I can help encourage you and help you stay in the flow, in the rhythm of where you're headed. You want to be a better leader with more integrity, honesty, truth? Would you like more time for yourself? Time to enjoy life? Time with your family? With the time to go on vacations and actually feel good about it? Nosy Planet, Zach, well, so nice to see you. There's magic that happens in stillness that most people, when they're in that quiet time with themselves, it's lonely. You want more peace in your heart? Oh, that's not possible. I can't experience that. Yes, you can. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes consistency. It takes giving a shit. But the time on this planet is temporary. So wherever you are in your life, whatever relationship you have with yourself, with money, we've been talking about money tonight, you have the ability to make it better. It begins with an honest conversation with yourself. Most likely working with someone like myself if you're really, stuck between a rock and a hard place, but you don't even have to feel that stuck. Now, I'm not saying work with me because I only choose to work with select people. If I don't feel like it's a good match, I'm not going to work with you. I don't care how much money you try to throw me if it doesn't fit, but I'm doing my best to encourage you to talk about it, to seek guidance, seek mentorship, seek support of some kind. You matter. You might think that you don't, but you do. You can listen to your past. You can focus on your past. You can believe your past, or you can just grow from it. That's it. Grow from it. Nobody was taught with like this beautiful money mindset. Nobody was taught with this beautiful money mindset. Yet most people, whether you have a lot of money, a little money, or a moderate amount, most people hate it. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that you love money. Most people believe that if someone has a lot of money, they're greedy. Why you got to put people in the box? I don't like to be put in the box as I'm gay, because I look this certain way, because I'm Sicilian. That's all old news. Oh, you're Jewish, you can't date an Italian. Whatever. That's like, this is 2023. There's so much more information on the truth of life and how to live it well. That's what's so amazing about TikTok. Evidently, the CEO of TikTok is standing in front of Congress, I think, tomorrow to talk about how Congress wants to ban the beautiful communication. The amount of people that I have talked to on this planet, not just in America, not in Canada, not just in Mexico. I've literally had conversations with people all around the world to help ease their discomfort. The fact that we can connect and it's all for free. It just takes up some time and some paying attention. Remember, where you give your attention over to, there's value there. You're paying for it. You don't pay for TikTok, but if you spend a lot of time on TikTok, you're paying your attention. You're giving over your energy to some sort of computer screen. Now, so that's why it's even more important that if you're like me, you only follow people on TikTok that actually uplift you, teach you how to live a better life, build up your wealth, take better care of yourself, have a rockin' time while you're on this planet. The cool thing is once you go inward and you start getting through your fears and overcoming your adversities, like I'm 41 years old. I plan to live to at least 100 doing high kicks. And that means I'm going to have a blast for the next 60 years of my time on this planet. The first 18 were all about my parents and what they thought was right for me. Then the next 10 were all debauchery and drug addiction and severe alcoholism. The next 5, 7, diving more into coaching, diving more into things that I love doing, taking better care of myself, but it was still a process. And then as soon as I reached 40, everything's changed. I have money in the bank. I love my life. I have a great partner of 15 years. 2 awesome terriers that keep on teaching me more about life. I have wonderful relationships with nature, with bees, with myself, with my parents. I'm not tooting my horn. I'm just saying it's that worth it to start putting some cash aside, really investing in yourself so that you can have more financial abundance. Travel the world. Live it large. Dream about the places that you would love to experience and visit. You can choose to backpack if you want. Beautiful. I'm choosing this to my husband and I. We both love hospitality. We were born and bred in hospitality. We love taking care of people, and that's why we're such a great team. We love entertaining people. We love having dinner parties. We love laughing. We love traveling the world and staying in really special places. And that costs money. So, you can continue to have a terrible relationship with money and have it not work for you. Or you can choose to believe that simply by existing, you deserve wealth. I don't know which one sounds better for you. I know what one sounds better for me. I know what one I'm living in. I know which one would be beneficial to you, but you have to believe that yourself. No one's going to do that for you. Money is the money. You can believe in the more money, more problems. A song that came out a while ago. I left the USA for Mexico. I'm married to a great man. Love his family. Taught me what's important. Beautiful. I love that, Kevin. So happy for you, my friend. I'm from a very Italian family, so am I. But you can choose to believe that song that came out a while ago. I'm more money, more problems. If that's what you believe, that's what you're going to experience. If you believe that you're destined to live in failure and in a terrible life, that's what's going to happen. But the energies of the world, the beauty that you actually truthfully are beneath all the damage and the destruction that you've experienced in your life, the lessons, the beliefs, the conditioning you've been taught, beneath all of that is love. The true essence of who you are. It's literally love. And the more you practice caring for yourself, I wouldn't even say loving yourself, just appreciating yourself. So much can change. Develop, choose today to set the intention. There's the moon tonight is very powerful. I'm not really into astrology, but I'm getting a little into it. The energies of the world and the moon tonight is very, very powerful. So set some good intentions tonight. Not out of desperation, not out of please save me, but appreciation. Where would you love your life to be in a year, 2 years? Where do you seek for your future? Financial abundance? Prosperity, great health. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Where your focus goes, your energy flows, Tony Robbins says. Wherever you direct your attention, you will receive more of. So if you direct your attention in lack, what are you going to receive? If you direct your attention in great health, every day, say to yourself, today I'm going to do my best to be incredibly healthy. Yeah. Every day I wake up and do my best to say, today's going to be great. The last two days were really hard to do that. But life used to be really hard, and I took one step in front of the other. In 38, to sign up for your newsletter, I have to change because this is not what I want for life. Victor, first step in change. I'm very happy for you. Super grateful you're here. Learning how to do the next right thing each day is key to financial freedom. The next right thing. But is it the right thing? Can't we learn a substantial amount from the wrong things? That's why it's important to not discount anything that you effed up, or you made a terrible mistake, or you thought the wrong thing and it led you to a downward spiral. That's how we grow. We can't discount those parts of ourselves, the seeing the wrong thing or experiencing the wrong thing, because that's where it's going to teach you the most. The more you can be in tune with your essence of who you are, your angel, your whatever you want to call it, your inner your inner child, not your inner child. I take that back. Not your inner chatter or your inner child, because most likely your inner child's been hurt, and that's where the healing has to happen. Your inner guidance, your higher self, your future self that knows you better than you know yourself. You could even call it your heart. It's always working for you, always. Telling you not to go down that dark alley, telling you not to take that one more line of cocaine because you don't want to take it anymore, telling you to take better care of yourself, guiding you in certain places that are going to help your life, and instead you say, fuck off, and you choose the darker path. That's okay. But it's always speaking to you. Your inner guidance is always talking to you. And the more you reduce that chatter and become present and learn about yourself, what limited beliefs do you have to let go of to generate more financial freedom? What lessons have you learned in the past that are no longer serving the person that you desire to become? I know it might sound like a lot, but it's not. You just have to put your hand over your heart every day and say, hey, thank you for continuing to beat for me. Because I'm going to do my very best every single day to get up, to stand taller, become a better person so I can help more people. Because it's not about you, but you have to put yourself first, last, and always. And the more you do that, you can then reach more people. I'll leave you with this. My goal in the beginning was to help one person smile. One person smile every day. If I could help one person smile, I know a smile can change someone's day, moment, week, month, life. And now I get to reach so many more people, and I literally am fulfilled every day. Mind you, I have my own challenges. Like I said, the last couple of days where I was feeling something in my body that was really challenging, but I did my best. Michael Cook, much love to you, my friend. We need a book from you. You're beyond needed in our world for our community. I really appreciate that, my friend. I keep on changing my book ideas. Like now I have this like kid book idea that I really want to put together. I started a book. It's just I'm not sure the direction. Sometimes I want it to be like passages. Almost there's this famous book out there that's all about self-improvement, self-development. That was like this. I think it was this Italian king that he wrote it was all of his journal writings. I can't think of the name. It's a tricky name. But sometimes I want to do that, and sometimes I just want to like type out all of my journal writings and empowerment and everything I've said to myself and the dark stuff and the light stuff, and so people can like tap into my brain and how I can now see life through a positive lens. But then I also like want to write a story. So it's coming. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate that. Italians can be damaging to your self-worth. Always yelling. A lot of our cultures are conditioned around food. Eating too much food. Oh, you're tired? You must be hungry. That's what my grandmother thought. You're in a bad mood? Oh, you must be hungry. And then you don't know what you want, then you might as well just eat shit. Like just, we've been so conditioned and we can't allow the traumas or the generational traumas from the past disrupt our presence. And for most people, they've allowed their opinions of their parents, their opinions of their grandparents, their opinions of their family, opinions of all that noise disrupt their present. That's why when you can get better at becoming more present, it's your power. And once you realize the power that is innately within you, that's why my company is called A New Kind of Power. You're powerful. You're a powerful motherfucker. You just have to believe. You just have to take the first step in getting out of your way. We've been talking about money and how, yes, you can normalize, just like you've normalized everything you're living by right now. The lack of wealth, the abundance of wealth, the belief in yourself, you can literally begin to implement strategies that will help create a better mindset for you when you open your heart. You can normalize abundance, $300,000, $50,000. Like when I first heard this concept, I was like, no. Yes, you can normalize anything you desire. It's a process. You can't really normalize going from 1 to 1 million, but you can normalize. You can start here and you can build your way up. Kevin, practice being present, my friend. Start to meditate. Every day. Say, every day in every way, I'm becoming better at practicing presence. Every day in every way, I'm becoming better at practicing being present, this moment. You can do it. I believe in you. Victor, so nice to see you. I got to go too. I still have a little bit of stuff that I need to do before I go to bed in an hour. So good to see you all. Hope you have a beautiful night. I got a free newsletter. I got a membership called Guest King you can sign up for. It does cost a little bit of money, but I've offered a big discount if you invest for the whole year. It just got launched, so it's a small group of men overcoming adversities. I have a mastermind if you want to spend a little bit more money that comes with a little bit of coaching. There's an opportunity there. That's my group. That's my tribe. It's all about building better habits. It's a 90-day commitment. And if you want to go big, I have a 6-month commitment, whereas we work one-on-one. I don't choose to work with everyone, so it's not a personal thing. It's just I don't choose to work with everybody. I will not choose to entertain that person that would come in the bar that I used to work at that treated me like crap. I'm not going to do it week after week. My time is of value. I love my time, and I choose to spend it with people that are serious about transformation. La Papati. Thank you for your kind words. Hope you all have a beautiful night. Fabrice, it's been a fantastic day. So nice to see you. I do my best to show up here every single night at 8 o'clock. Sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm not. Until we meet again. Later.